Hi everybody, it's Kristen and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about how to ride the waves of these activations that we're getting that are pretty much coming fast and furious at this point. How to ride these waves without suffering. And then to take it to, because that's just still being in survival mode. So how to ride these waves without suffering. And then the next level of that is how to ride these waves and thrive and activate your divine timelines. So I want to explain two different type of activations that are happening right now. And if you follow me on Facebook at Magical Kristen, my public page, and if you get my newsletter, you are familiar with this language that I'm using about timelines and activations. And feel free to go ahead to my Facebook page and start reading the old ones to get a backstory of even more explanation about what these are. Okay, so there are two different types of activations. One that comes from our source, from our sun. Those are what I term cosmic activations, right? They're in our solar system and coming directly from the sun in terms of gamma rays and solar flares. And what they do is they awaken the truth of who we are. And sometimes that can create really odd sensations in the physical body. You can experience a dull headache, exhaustion, digestive issues, anxiety, fears that you're not sure where they're coming from. And so it is really important to practice self-love and to ride these waves without thinking there is something wrong, right? So I think that's one of the biggest things that causes suffering is that we're thinking that something is wrong. Okay, because our body is experiencing some odd sensations. So just because something is unfamiliar or maybe a little bit uncomfortable if you've got a pineal gland headache, it doesn't necessarily mean there's something wrong. So we want to make that distinction so that our body can relax. Okay, so then there's the second type of activation, which is galactic, which is coming from the galactic center. Our solar system is part of the Milky Way galaxy, where 22 times 22 different galaxies or different solar systems come together. So some of the activations, the really monumental ones that we experienced on the solstice and that we will experience on the 7-7 portal and the 8-8 portal, those are coming directly from the galactic center. And those are the galactic activations, okay? The heart, when I'll talk about the heart of source, the heart of the galactic center, that's the Milky Way galaxy that is sending those encodements all the way to this tiny little planet on the outskirts of the Milky Way galaxy called Earth. Okay, so you are human. You are a spiritual being that has decided to come down from a very high level, a very high dimension into this very dense physical body and physical experience here on Earth. So if you don't want to be here, it's hard for your timelines to activate. And I'm sure we all can think of a time in our life where we didn't want to be here. I've experienced this many times in my life where I truly did not want to be here anymore and cried and asked Goddess to please take me home. And thank Goddess that I'm over that, and I hope that you are too. And if you're still struggling with not wanting to be here, please go to my website and make an appointment so we can get that taken care of for you, okay? There's no reason to suffer that way. And like I said, the point of this video, I really wanted to talk about how we can ride these waves without suffering, and like I said, then take it to the next level, which is activate these high vibrational fifth dimensional timelines, especially the ones that are going to unite us with our beloved, unite us with our twin flame. Okay, so the first part, the first thing that is the key to riding these activation waves is to honor your body and to practice self-love and self-care. The last couple of days, the activations for me were coming around 1:11, 2:22, 3:33, and I had to lay down and take a nap the last couple of days because I was really getting activated. My pineal gland was buzzing, my root chakra. Yesterday it was heart chakra, and my heart chakra was burning. as the encodements that were linking my counterpart, my twin flame up, as the unity was happening within our heart chakra. It was really burning and like burrowing, like really deep down in there. I had to lay down. Okay, so the first key is practicing self-love and practicing self-care and honoring your body. Developing a relationship with your body where you can hear and feel what it's telling you is crucial. And typically, when you first start to access the voice of the body, it can be very soft. Mine was really soft when I first started really hearing the voice of my body, and now it's much more clear. So I really invite you to develop that bond, that symbiotic relationship with your personality and your physical body so that you can work with it as it integrates these high vibes. Okay, so the next part of activating high vibrational timelines and pivoting out of suffering is to choose to be here. Choose to be here. Not to be your past life self, not to be your mermaid self, not to be your fairy self, not to, some aspect of that's on Pleiadia that's you. And those things are all great, and those are all really wonderful aspects I know of myself. Different past lives that I've had, and that's really, really fun to explore, but that's Metaphysics 101. And the Awakened Vibes channel is about Metaphysics Masterclass. So Metaphysics Masterclass means that you understand that you are here for a divine purpose that is bigger than you. You understand that your soul chose to come here at this great time of awakening, this massive shift. So we're going to take this one step further. You chose to be here. You volunteered to come here. And your soul, your spirit dances every single day while you are on earth, because the mission is happening. It is in motion. So beyond choosing to be here, I'm human. I'm not a mermaid, even though I would like to be, but I'm human. I'm Kristen, and I'm going to own it. And I'm going to, again, all of my chips in. I'm not going to dance around being Kristen. I'm going to proclaim it. I'm Kristen. I own it. So when you truly own your human experience, you are in all of your empowerment. And when you are choosing to live some glory life that was 2,000 years ago, where you were something special, you're just Al Bundy. You're just reliving the day that you had 4 touchdowns, and you are in complete disempowerment here today. So to activate your empowerment is activating your divine timelines. It's upgrading your timelines. It's closing out some really important ones that are not serving you. So this week we closed out old karmic toxic sexual relationships. We closed out disempowerment from parental authority figures. We closed out loneliness, because when you are connected to Source, you're never lonely. Loneliness is only a perception of being disconnected with Source. It's not real. Okay, so first key, self-love. Honoring your body, practicing self-love, putting it into action. Not thinking that something's wrong, but understanding that everything that is happening in your whole entire life, including the weird sensations from the activations, is all for your benefit. And the proper response is thank you. Girl, bye. Do you really want those programs around that old stuff, that ancient stuff? Do you really want that disempowerment and victimhood? Girl, bye. Bye, Felicia. So you're going to notice that if you grab back for that stuff after the timeline closes, it's going to feel even worse than it ever felt before. Okay, so that's not self-love. And when you're in self-love and you choose self-love, it is in the highest for you and the collective, even if your personality or someone else's personality doesn't like it. Self-love is always in the highest for you and for everyone. All right, so again, the second one was completely and fully choosing to be human and deciding that your divine mission, even though you might not be exactly sure what that is, and truly it's just freedom and love, but everyone has different details, to live it, to own it, to proclaim it, because it brings you into the here and now and opens up and activates your own empowerment. Okay? So, this is how we ride these activation waves, being in touch with our body, honoring our body, and by choosing to be here and living in our empowerment. From this place of clarity, you can start to feel and choose what you want to experience. Okay? So I want to experience more love. So all of the things that are coming up are releasing so that I can experience more love. And so by activating this portal of love, it is simply done by feeling your way into it. Okay? So by choosing to be the most authentic and real version of you is your empowerment, will activate your timelines, will bring them closer, and will help you and assist you to manifest your heart's desires easily and effortlessly. Okay? So at this point in the awakening, not only do we have to be grounded in our body, but we have to be an active participant in our life stream and choose every single moment to pivot to the high vibration rather than choosing the suffering. So I hope that assists you in understanding what is happening energetically right now with the adjustment of 5D timelines. It's all happening for you. And if you stay in self-love and choose your life, actively decide that I'm in. It's not going to be long before tangible things will manifest in your life. So, if you need any help or if you need any assistance or any clarity, I'm available for personal sessions. And I also want to remind everyone that we are doing an activation to help ground and integrate these energies that are coming fast and furious, like I said, in the month of June and in the month of July and continuing in the month of August. And probably I'll do an activation on the 8/8 Lionsgate portal as well. But first, let us talk about the 7/7 live activation that's going to be here on YouTube Live at 12:12 on Friday the 7th. So I hope you'll join me, and if this content is resonating with you, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, tell your friends, spread the love. There's no reason to suffer, and that's what this channel is all about moving out of suffering, moving out of fear, and into love. So I'm sending you lots of love and wishing you a magical day, and namaste.